Hello, this is Azhar and welcome to Java SE series. Now, in this tutorial we are going to learn about the variables. As we have already learned, we will see the examples of the variables. Now let's start with a variable of integer type. Now we are defining variable of int, and let's say it will have marks marks in botany. I will have two variables. The first one is marks of botany. Suppose a student secured some marks in botany, and I will create this variable to hold the marks. Suppose you have secured 50. Next, I will create another variable, and suppose let's say it holds the value of mark in zoology. Let's say zoology. Suppose you have secured 60, and I will create another on marks of math. In the maths, suppose you have secured 90. Okay. Now here we have marks of 3 subjects of a student. Now we have been told to calculate the percentage that is secured by the student, and we have to show the percentage. So to calculate this the percentage, we have to make the sum of these marks. So what we are going to do is we are going to add the sum of these marks. Now we will create another variable, that is sum of marks, and this holds will do the addition. So we will do marks botany plus mark of zoology plus marks of math. Now we had done here something interesting. We have actually done a arithmetic operation over here. We have added these marks and stored the sum of these marks in a variable called the sum marks. Now imagine you have these 3 variables and values have been assigned. Now when you add all these 3 variables, a value is going to be generated. Now we will assign this value into a new variable that is known as sum marks. Simple. Now we have these marks. Now we have to calculate the percentage. Since the percentage may be of a decimal number, so what we are going to do is we are going to create a float type. Remember, float and double are used to hold data of decimal types. So we have used this float data type, and we are going to take here percentage. Now this variable name is percentage, and what I will do is sum of marks. Okay, simply I will divide this with divide by 3, and this whole stuff is going to be multiplied by 100. Okay, not working. I don't know why this is not working. Now just hold on. Why it is not working? Okay, this key is not working for me. I don't know. Okay, it is not working. Just hold on. Okay, now we are going to multiply this with sorry, multiply with 100. Okay, now we had multiplied this with 100, so we will print this whole thing in our console. So we will write percentage is plus percentage. Okay, now let's run this program. You can click on hello. Here you can see here something crazy answer we have here, that is 6600 dot 0. Okay, sorry, we had to remove this multiply 100 since we are taking out the average percentage, so we don't have to multiply here with 100. Now let's run this, and you can see here the percentage is 66.0. okay, now the student with these marks has secured 66%. okay, now we have done a operation on these variables, and we have added these marks, and we have taken an average percentage, and we have taken the average, and we have shown the we have added the marks, and we have divided it with the total number of subjects to take out the average. Now this is the average percentage the student had secured. Now let's see, suppose we have to show we have to find the grade of the student, and we have to show the grade according to the percentage secured. So we'll be using something called conditions over here. Now this if condition we are going to use if. Now I want to check if percentage is greater than 60. Now we are going to create a variable that will hold the grade. Now grade equals A. Okay, now else if percentage is greater than 70, and percentage is less than 70, greater than 70, and percentage. When the percentage is less than equals 80, we want to give the grade as B. Sorry. Okay, this is done. Else by default we are going to show here else if marks if percentage is greater than 80 and percentage is less than equals 100. Okay, and write grade equals E. Okay, else percentage is this one, and we'll see here this is grade. I must say we'll write grade secured by student is just don't worry. Now let's run this application. Run file. Here what we are seeing is the percentage is 66.0 and it comes to grade A. Now since you can see from here it satisfies this condition, that is the percent is greater than 60 and less than 70, so it is grade A. Now let me increase the mark a little more. Now let's see what is the grade I am getting. Okay, we are running. Here you can see we are getting grade B because the condition is if the percentage is greater than 70 and less than equals 80, then our grade is B. Now this is a simple program. You can see the usage of the data types and how these are used. Okay, you can see we are holding the marks using the numeric data type, that is integer, and we are using to hold the grade a character data type, and we are for percentage we are using a float data type to hold the decimal type of data. Now it is easier. Now these three data type are most common in the applications you will use, so better you should understand this. Okay, and you should write this whole program and run it to learn how this is working. This if is a condition and this is else if is another condition. Now what these conditions are saying is if the percentage doesn't belong to this category, then it will come to this category over here in else if. Now here is the second condition, if it doesn't satisfy this one also, then it will come here, and if it doesn't satisfy this one also, then it will come to here. Now since in the first while we run for the first time we had this grade A because that condition has satisfied, and the next time when we increase the marks to 90, our grade became B. We can increase more marks. Now let's see, our grade must be E this time. Let's run, and you can see here our grade has become E and the percentage is 90. Okay, now we have learnt how variables are used in the programs. Now in the next chapter, in the next session, we'll learn what is a class. Now if we are writing this class, what it does mean, and what is abstract data type. There is something called abstract data type, ADP. Now we are going to learn that in the next session. Thank you.